I've got some good news for you. The most devastating revenge you could ever take on someone who hurt you doesn't involve hurting them back at all. It's so powerful, in fact, that Marcus Aurelius called it the ultimate victory over your enemies. Stay with me, my friend, because by the end of this video, you'll understand why the Stoics discovered the most ruthless form of revenge imaginable, and it's completely legal. They laughed at you, and that's okay. I'm sorry to hear that they betrayed you. They might have dismissed your dreams and crushed your spirit. I know you're probably feeling angry right now, and I want you to know that I understand. I'm here for you, and I'm thinking of all the ways we can make things right. But you're going to be amazed by what those ancient Stoic philosophers discovered over 2,000 years ago. The best kind of revenge is one that doesn't involve destruction. It's all about construction. It's not about making them fall. It's all about finding your own strength and making yourself soar so high that the challenges become a distant memory. Today, I'm excited to share with you the Stoic blueprint for the most fulfilling kind of revenge you can imagine. Picture this: someone wrongs you and your first instinct is to strike back. You want them to feel the pain they caused you. You spend hours, maybe even days, planning your sweet, sweet revenge. Just picture the look on their face when they get their just desserts. But here's the thing. The Stoics understood something important. When you're focused on revenge, who's really in control? They are. Every minute you spend thinking about hurting them is a minute they're living rent-free in your head. I know it's tempting to use all your energy to plot against them, but I'm here to remind you that you're not investing in yourself if you do that. Seneca really hit the nail on the head when he said, "The best revenge is not to be like your enemy." Have you ever thought about how seeking traditional revenge doesn't really bring happiness? You become exactly what you hate. You're showing them that you're just as human as they are. You give them the power to turn you into something you're not. And even if you succeed in hurting them, what do you really win? Hey, we've all been there. Sometimes we get a little bit of satisfaction, but then we feel empty. We might even run into some legal trouble, and our relationships can get damaged. It's like we end up becoming someone we don't even recognize. The Stoic definition of ultimate victory. But the Stoics weren't just philosophers sitting in ivory towers. I'm so happy to tell you that Marcus Aurelius was literally the most powerful man in the world. Epictetus was a slave who went on to become one of history's most respected teachers. Seneca was a very successful businessman and advisor to emperors. These men faced real enemies, real betrayals, and real attempts to destroy them. And they discovered something truly revolutionary. Remember, the most important thing is not to defeat your enemy. It's making your enemy irrelevant. Let me explain. When someone hurts you, they might expect one of two reactions from you. They might think that you'll crumble and prove that they were right to dismiss you. Or they might think that you'll lash out and prove that you're just as petty as they thought. But there's a third option that scares them, and it's that you become indifferent to their existence while simultaneously becoming everything they said you couldn't be. Marcus Aurelius faced some really tough challenges, like assassination attempts, political sabotage, and personal betrayals. It's hard to imagine how he handled it all. His response, he wrote in his journal, "He's so lucky to avoid all the trouble that comes from looking at what his neighbor says or does. He's so wise to focus only on his own action." This isn't about being passive. This isn't about letting people walk all over you. This is about something far more powerful: strategic indifference combined with relentless self-improvement. The 3 pillars of Stoic revenge. I'm excited to share with you the Stoic revenge formula. It's made up of 3 pillars that will completely change the way you deal with enemies and approach your life in general. Pillar 1, the power of indifference. The first step is learning to let go of their opinion of you. It's not just pretending to be indifferent, it's genuine disinterest. I'll tell you why this is so powerful. The person who hurt you is expecting a reaction. They're just worried that you might be affected. Your indifference can really shake their sense of emotional security. Epictetus taught his students, it's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. When someone insults you, betrays you, or tries to sabotage you, it's important to remember that your emotional reaction is exactly what they're hoping for. It's a way of showing their strength and influence. But let's put ourselves in their shoes for a moment and imagine they're spreading rumors about you and you're not even bothered by it. They try to provoke you and you respond with the same energy you'd give to discussing the weather. They try to rile you up, but you're so busy focusing on what truly matters. This isn't a sign of weakness at all. In fact, it's the strongest position you can be in. I really want you to understand something that's really important. When you stop reacting to their provocations, one of two things happens. Either they escalate desperately, revealing their true character to everyone around them, or they lose interest because you're no longer providing the entertainment they sought. Pillar 2. We're here to help you on your journey to self-improvement. The second pillar is where the real revenge begins. While they're celebrating what they did to you, while they think they've won, you're quietly becoming unstoppable. It's hard to believe, but Seneca was exiled by Emperor Caligula to a remote island. He could have spent his time plotting revenge, feeling sorry for himself, or letting the experience break him. Instead, he used the time to study philosophy, write, and develop the mental frameworks that would later make him one of the most influential thinkers in history. When he returned, he was like a new person. He was so much stronger. This is the Stoic approach. Every setback becomes a setup for a comeback that's so profound it makes your original position look insignificant. Here's your action plan. Identify every skill they said you lacked, every weakness they exploited, and every dream they said was impossible. Then, with a smile, show them what they're wrong. But don't just talk about it, show them through your actions. Did they say you weren't smart enough? Start learning, and I'm sure you'll be amazed at what you can do. Did they ever say you'd never amount to anything? Build something significant. Did they make fun of how you look? Hey, we'd love to help you get in the best shape of your life. Did they say you were too sensitive? You can develop unshakable emotional resilience. But here's the thing, you're not doing this for them. You're doing this for yourself, and that's really important. They become irrelevant in the process. Pillar 3, strategic silence and success. The third one is the most devastating of all. You've done so well that your success becomes the loudest voice in your head, and the words of others become soft whispers in comparison. There's a really interesting concept in Stoicism that I think could help us understand this better. It's called preferred indifference. It's natural to want to be healthy instead of sick, wealthy instead of poor, and successful instead of unsuccessful. But remember, these things don't define your value or happiness, but they can be powerful tools too. When you achieve success, build something meaningful, and become the person you were meant to be, something magical happens. You know those people who didn't take you seriously before? Well, they're starting to sit up and take notice. The story shifts from look what they did to you to look what you did despite them. But here's the best part. By this point, you genuinely don't need their validation. When you find success, it's not about getting your own back. It's the beautiful result of focusing on what you can control instead of what you can't. Real-world applications. Let me give you some concrete examples of how this plays out in real life. The workplace saboteur. Just imagine if one of your colleagues was taking credit for your work, spreading rumors about your competence, or actively trying to undermine your projects. You might be tempted to expose them, fight back politically, or try to sabotage them in return. What about the Stoic approach? You document everything with care, always working hard to improve your skills, and you focus on producing work that is so exceptional, it speaks for itself. You build relationships based on value, not politics. You become so competent and reliable that their sabotage becomes obvious to everyone else without you having to say a word. It's been 6 months, and it's clear that they're still playing petty games. Meanwhile, you're getting promoted or recruited by better companies. They tried to make themselves less important, but you were so valuable to us that we couldn't do that. The ex who betrayed you. It's possible that someone you trusted completely betrayed that trust, cheated on you, or left you for someone else. The pain is real, and the desire for revenge is natural. But here's something to consider. As they move on with their new relationship, they might be repeating the same patterns that led to the betrayal in the first place. On the other hand, you're using this experience to understand yourself better, to heal old wounds, to develop better boundaries, and to become the kind of person who attracts healthy relationships. A year later, you're in a relationship with someone who truly appreciates you, and they're working through the same issues that caused them to betray you in the first place. You didn't need to do anything to them, they created their own consequences. I understand, my dear. It must be hard when a friend abandons you. It's possible that a friend you thought was there for you let you down when you needed them the most. Or they might have shared your secrets or taken sides against you during a disagreement. The The Stoic approach recognizes that this person has revealed their true character, and that's actually valuable information. Instead of trying to win them back or hurt them in return, you can use this as a chance to evaluate your other relationships, to become more discerning about who you trust, and to invest in friendships that are genuinely reciprocal. Years later, you have a circle of friends who are truly loyal, while they're probably still creating drama and burning bridges. Your life is so much richer, and I'm sure theirs is a bit more chaotic. The psychological power behind this approach. Now, I'd like to share with you why this approach is so powerful, both for you and for those around you. Just for you, freedom and growth. When you adopt the Stoic approach to revenge, you reclaim something precious, your mental freedom. You're not a prisoner of someone else's actions anymore. You're not waiting for them to apologize, to suffer, or to acknowledge what they did. Your peace of mind doesn't depend on their circumstances. This freedom creates space for growth, and that's something to celebrate. Instead of expending that energy on revenge, you can channel it into building yourself up. It's like the difference between spending your money on destroying someone else's house versus building your own mansion. My dear friend Marcus Aurelius wrote something truly beautiful. The best revenge is not to be like your enemy. He also wrote, very little is needed to make a happy life. It is all within yourself, in your way of thinking. Hey, we totally get it. This is the ultimate frustration for them. From their perspective, your response is deeply unsettling. They were expecting drama, anger, and maybe even some retaliation. They were hoping that something would happen that would justify their actions and give them a role to play in your story. Your indifference and success make them irrelevant, which is the one outcome they can't handle. Hey, let's think about this together. If they're upset with you because they feel threatened, think you're better than them, or are jealous, then your success without acknowledging them shows they were right to feel insecure. If they hurt you because they're cruel and enjoy others' pain, then your indifference removes their source of entertainment, while your success shows that their cruelty was ineffective. Either way, they lose, and they lose in a way that makes it hard for them to get even. Advanced Stoic strategies. I'd love to share some advanced strategies that take this approach to the next level. The long game. Stoics think in decades, not days. They understand that true revenge, if we can even call it that, unfolds over time. Your immediate response might not seem as important as your consistent response over time. This way of thinking ahead gives you patience when others are reactive, clarity when others are emotional, and persistence when others give up. The mirror technique. One really helpful Stoic exercise is to imagine that everything someone does to you actually reveals something about their own character, not yours. Their actions show just how much they might be capable of. Their cruelty just shows how cruel they really are deep down. Their attempts to diminish you demonstrate their own feelings of inadequacy. When you see their actions as a mirror reflecting their inner state rather than a judgment of your worth, it becomes easier to respond with indifference and focus on your own development. The gratitude paradox. You might be surprised to hear this, but advanced Stoics actually become grateful for their enemies. I'm not feeling grateful for the pain they caused, but I am grateful for the opportunities that pain created. Epictetus said, every new beginning is really just the end of another beginning. The person who hurt you ended one chapter of your life, and that's okay. It's a door to a much better chapter. When you can genuinely feel grateful for the growth, strength, and wisdom that came from their actions, you've achieved a level of emotional freedom that makes traditional revenge look primitive. Common mistakes and how to avoid them. Before we finish, let me address some common mistakes people make when trying to apply these principles. Hey, we all make mistakes, and I totally get it. But here's a little friendly tip. Sometimes you just have to fake it until you make it. Some people try to act like they're not bothered, but we all know they're still feeling angry inside. I totally get it, and I'm here to tell you that this approach just doesn't work. It's not sustainable, and it often leads to some passive-aggressive behavior that can undermine your credibility. When someone's opinion of you doesn't matter to you, and you're not feeling their energy, that's true indifference. I understand that it's hard to avoid becoming cold and isolated. Some people think that Stoic indifference means becoming emotionally closed off from everyone. I'm sorry, but this misses the point entirely. Stoicism teaches you to be indifferent to things outside your control, not to human connection itself. You can still form deep, meaningful relationships while being indifferent to the opinions of people who don't deserve a place in your life. Mistake 3. Using success as a weapon. If you're going for success just to make someone else feel bad, you're still letting them control your life. When you pursue excellence for its own sake, and because it aligns with your values, that's true Stoic revenge. I know that your success might make them uncomfortable, but that's just a side effect. It's not the goal. Conclusion. Here's something the Stoics discovered that I think you'll really appreciate. The best revenge is living so well that your enemy becomes a footnote in your success story. While they're stuck in the past, reliving old dramas and probably creating new ones, you're building a future so bright that their opinion becomes irrelevant. While they're preoccupied with thoughts of you, you're genuinely focused on things that matter. This isn't about being passive or weak. It's about finding your inner strength and letting go of the little things that don't matter. It's about recognizing that your life is so much more than anyone else's limitations could ever define. Remember, every time you spend thinking about getting your own back, they're pulling your thoughts in a different direction. Every bit of energy you give to them is energy you could be using to become unstoppable. It's important to be kind and considerate of others. We all have our own journeys, and it's important to remember that everyone's story is unique. If you're doing well and happy, it's natural to want to share that with others. But it's also important to be mindful of others and not let your own success overshadow their importance in your life. That's not just about getting your own back. It's about celebrating the win. If you found yourself relating to this, why not try subscribing for more uplifting Stoic wisdom? It's like a little boost that can help you tackle life's challenges with a smile. And remember, the best time to start building your success was yesterday. The second best time is right now.